Okay, pro wrestling fans and only pro wrestling fans and WWE fans. I'm just getting a lot of people requesting that I chime in on this Mickie James trash bag debacle. And I'm sure most of you know the situation, but in summary, Mickie James was released last week. Great pro wrestler, WrestleMania 22 victory over Trish Stratus. However, that was 2002. This is 2021. They brought Mickie James back, I believe, in 2017. I believe she had an NXT match with Asuka that was well received. Of course, Mickie lost that match. And then she became kind of Alexa Bliss's henchwoman. And then she was kind of, I believe, she and Alexa Bliss and, God, I can't remember the lady's name, another former women's champion, became like a triangle team. And then Mickie kind of got lost in the shuffle, and not used a whole lot. And she's probably still one of the best women's wrestlers on the roster. Fan following is pretty loyal to Mickie. I think people still remember her great feud with Trish Stratus back in 2002, the Psycho Mickie angle. But here we are now, 2021. She went to TNA for a while, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling or Impact Wrestling, and maybe there's always a feeling of punishment for wrestlers or talent that goes to TNA or Impact and comes back with the Dudleys and other talents that have been punished. Kurt Angle, Christian, to some extent. And now we see Mickie, and she's married to Nick Aldis. Apparently Nick Aldis and Bruce Pritchard have had an online war of words. Maybe that doesn't help Mickie's case, but to be honest, I just think that Mickie was someone they signed but weren't really going to do anything with, and there was no intention to do anything with Mickie. The way that she left the company originally, if you go back, I guess, to 2008 or 2009, with that god-awful, embarrassing, humiliating, degrading Mickie James angle, which they literally compared her to a pig. See, this is the thing. The great and bad thing about pro wrestling, WWE, whatever, is they can always just shrug and smile and say it's an angle. But that ribbing on the square, when they actually do humiliate people and degrade them and treat them like pieces of shit, like the Mickie James angle, Mickie James, is that just an angle? Is that just to work us miserable idiot fans? Or is that something they really want to do to degrade people? And how do we know the difference? Or is there a difference? Or does it matter? That's the wonderment of pro wrestling. These blurred lines, so to speak. So, Mickie James, why didn't you talk to Gail Kim and ask her what it was like when she came back to the WWE a second time? She was treated like dog shit. So, Mickie, I don't understand. Mickie James, I met her once a long time ago at a Ring of Honor show, an Alexis Lurie era of her career, and I said something complimentary, and I said, hey, you kind of remind me of Sunshine a little bit. She had no idea who Sunshine was, which was a woman wrestling personality from World Class Wrestling, which is a little disappointing that Mickie didn't know who Sunshine was, but that's beyond the point. Mickie has done well for herself and deserves to be treated with respect. And no, so what happens is she gets her stuff back, I guess a couple of days ago, from the WWE. I guess she left some gear somewhere in a locker or something. And she didn't show us what the gear was, but essentially it was sent to her in a package, like a cardboard package. And inside the package was a trash bag with her material and I believe a sticky note or something that just said Mickie. And look, folks, a friend of mine, my friend Shane McKenna of Wrestling Fans, who sent me this information initially, said, why is she upset? Well, the trash bag, there's two implications with the trash bag. One is it just something that they grabbed because it's cheap? You can get 1,000 trash bags for $10 or whatever. So just a convenient way to collect material, just happens to be used for trash. Would it be better if it was a bag from Neiman Marcus? Or, I mean, if it was just some other bag, like a shopping – grocery store bag, would it be any different? You know what I mean? If it was just some other bag, like a shopping grocery store bag, would it be any different? You know what I mean? If it was just some other bag, like a shopping grocery store bag, would it be any different? You know what I mean? If it was just some other bag, like a shopping grocery store bag, would it be any different? You know what I mean? If it was just some other bag, like a shopping grocery store bag, would it be any different? You know what I mean? If it was just some other bag, like a shopping grocery store bag, would it be any different? You know what I mean? If it was just some other bag, like a shopping grocery store bag, would it be any different? You know what I mean? If it was just some other bag, like a shopping grocery store bag, would it be any different? You know what I mean? If it was just some other bag, like a shopping grocery store bag, would it be any different? You know what I mean? If it was just some other bag, like a shopping grocery store bag, would it be any different? You know what I mean? If it was just some other b it's a fucking bag. So, but she's personalizing this, Mickie is, to represent a feeling that they treated her stuff like trash and they're treating her like trash, or that the storylines that they used Mickie for were trash, or the fact that the bag is labeled Mickie James, meaning it's her possessions, but it's in a trash bag, is implying that she in fact is trash. Well, okay, I'll go here a little bit. Is that a feminine or a woman's sensibility, a sensitivity from a woman? Meaning that, is that a feminine trait to personalize that? I don't know. I would probably feel sort of that diss as well. I think that for me, I don't know if I would put that on the internet or try to make a big thing about it. I would just kind of laugh and say, well, fuck them, and move on with my day, because that's just me. I'm not going to exploit a personal situation on the internet for attention, but I'm not a world famous pro wrestler, and that's what they do. That's what these wrestlers or sports entertainers do. They make their little lives so dramatic, and us idiot Mark fans buy into it. I saw that other young lady, or much younger than Mickie, no offense to Mickie, but what's her name? Sato, Mia, whatever the fuck. I can't say her name. Gorgeous Japanese woman wrestler who's very young, 23 or 24, and she's always calling her fans simps. And I just tweeted on her thing, hey, what happens when the age, when the looks start to fade and the simps start to go away? Meaning, is there any content to you as a human being beyond your good looks? And I don't know if she's responded or not, or whatever, but it's just a point. I mean, these women wrestlers who get by because they're attractive, is there content beyond the attractiveness? Now, with Mickie James, there is. Mickie James is a great women's wrestler inside the ring, seemingly a very nice person. And I get her point. I would probably feel the same way, because I think that way too, of symbolism stuff. But I think symbolism is beyond the WWE. Like, I think symbolism of a trash bag, I don't think it was a malicious act of them saying, let's throw salt in Mickie James' wounds and send her materials in a trash bag. I think they just grabbed something that was cheap and collecting stuff in it and put it in the fucking bag and sent it to her. I don't think anyone thought, let's insult Mickie. In fact, she could show a little graciousness or appreciation that in this time of COVID, where nobody wants to do anything they don't have to do, COVID is the great excuse for everything, that they took the time to fucking send her stuff at all. Of course, she doesn't say that. Hey, thanks for sending me my stuff back. Oh, well, what the fuck? You didn't gift wrap my stuff. So I get her bigger point is that she herself was treated like trash. And I'm not arguing with that. But they didn't hire her to come back and push Mickie James. They didn't hire the Dudleys back in 2016 to push the Dudleys. They hired you. Do I have to explain this to these wrestlers? I guess I do. To embarrass you and to punish you for going somewhere else in the first place. You're being punished for going to Impact Wrestling. You're being punished for making your living and showing value to the world beyond the WWE. You're being punished. So when they hire you to come back, it's not because they love you or give a fuck about you or plan to help you make money or have a big send-off to the end of your career. They're doing it to fucking humiliate you. Kurt Angle loses to Baron Corbin at WrestleMania. Need I say fucking more? So these WWE sports entertainers or these orphan wrestlers who come home like the prodigal son, they always get humiliated and they always shrug and wonder, why me? And then they want to run off to the Impact Zone or wherever the fuck else. And now it's AEW and cry, oh, I wasn't used right. Oh, they held me back. Well, guess what? Maybe the other federations and maybe the fans of other federations are sick of these WWE wandering wrestlers crying and complaining. We're sick of it. If you don't, I have more respect for Eddie Edwards now because he was never a WWE meat puppet. So, sorry, Mickie. I really didn't want to do a rant about this, but it's almost like the attention about it has gotten me doing the rant. Now, so what's the end game? What comes next? They fire this Mark Carano fellow, and I just listened, truth be known, I just listened to Brian Alvarez and the other guy, the guy that doesn't talk much, Mike Sempervini. And they were saying that this con guy who works for WWE, not to be confused or related to the cons at AEW, but this new con gentleman, he likes to go in and gut divisions of WWE. So it's almost like anything he can do, any justification he can find to fire assholes at WWE, he'll take. So this con fellow, used the opportunity of Mickie complaining, hey, let's fire Carano. And I'm sure that because they fired Carano and he's been there so long, that his salary's inflated and increased over the years, so they can fire his ass, bring in somebody younger and hipper, or one of Khan's friends, for a discounted rate of pay. So Mickie, whether she wanted to or not, she led to this poor simp getting fired and a couple of other idiots getting fired. So when is the fucking fan base of WWE or pro wrestling or whatever the fuck gonna learn? The McMahons don't give a flying shit about anyone that's not a McMahon or married to a McMahon, okay? So the meat grinder continues. Grind, grind, grind. Whether it's Carano or Carano getting grinded out, Mickie getting grinded out, grind, grind, grind. You're getting grinded, you're getting used, and you're getting abused and thrown out like pieces of trash, okay? So if you want to support that company, and I told you folks, my policy is I'll watch the goddamn pay-per-views as a service to the wrestling community. I'll monitor the pay-per-views, but I'm not going to watch NXT on fucking Tuesday nights. I'm not going to watch Raw on fucking Monday nights. And I'm not going to watch SmackDown on Friday nights. I'm not going to fanboy finger fuck myself over Roman Reigns as a heel. I don't give a shit. Okay? So if you're a grown man finger banging yourself over how great Roman Reigns is as a heel, I don't know what to fucking tell you. I'd rather watch this 23-year-old Japanese woman wrestler whose age is going to take over her looks in 15 years. I'll enjoy her now. I'm not going to wet my pants over Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. I don't give a shit. Okay? So if you're an idiot WWE McMark fuck fan, grow the fuck up a little bit. If you want to watch some real goddamn pro wrestling, watch some Georgia Championship Wrestling 1984, Mid-Atlantic Wrestling 1986, okay? Crusher Khrushchev, Sam Houston. Watch Bob fucking Backlund at house shows taking on George Steele and Greg Valentine from Madison Square Garden. Use your goddamn YouTube fucking finger keys to find some real fucking wrestling from real fucking territories. Watch some Nick Goulas, okay? I don't give a fuck. If you're going to live in this idiotic world of WWE, show real pro fucking wrestling a chance, okay? Because you're not going to get manhood or womanhood from WWE dog shit wrestling. It's dog shit for dog shit lovers, okay? So enjoy your feasting of dog shit every goddamn week with your fucking 9 hour. I mean, how many fucking hours are you guys watching? I mean, are you sitting there watching this shitty fucking Raw every week? Then you're a fucking idiot. An idiot! I'm just trying to help assholes and morons. I'm just trying to prove to you that you can watch some nice AWA fucking wrestling, American Wrestling Association. Make your wrestling time fucking machine and go back in time and watch real wrestling with real men. Not these pieces of shit meat puppets in WWE. So, Mickie fucking James, sorry. They treated you like garbage. They probably never liked your husband. They probably got you in there to do some jobs. You wore a mask. You fucking helped Alexis Bliss. You made all these friends. Hug, hug, kiss, kiss. What about those 4 other women? Naomi, Lana, the good-looking one, Mandy, and Plastic Face, doing this fucking 4-woman dance and then into a brawl on TikTok. Have you seen this? I mean, if that's not the most desperate, please Vince don't fire us dance I've ever fucking seen, give me a goddamn fucking break. So I can't respect these WWE meat puppets. If you do, that's your fucking problem. Okay? Mike Messier. Watch all my goddamn videos. Mike's original films. Why don't you buy my fucking book while you're at it? I'm getting a little sick and tired of people not buying my fucking book. Buy my goddamn book. It's better than goddamn WWE wrestling dog shit. Mike Messier,